This time on Tiger's Garage, we're doing a little bit of trailer maintenance. We got a new project car coming home in about a month, but it doesn't drive. So we're gonna haul it on our open trailer. Before we do that, because it's like a 500-600 mile trip, I want to go through the wiring, pack the bearings, stuff like that. Now, I could use my beautiful black Duramax to move this trailer out of the yard, but I'm already mowing the lawn, so I figure we may as well just hook up the tractor and move this to a place where we don't have to lay in the grass and dog poop to work on it. Now, I would never move that trailer with this high powered unit here, but this little one, it actually does fine. Hold on tight. See? We made it. Oh no. Hopefully I get my block under there. She is a little bit of a belly dragger behind the old mower here, but it's a lot easier than getting the truck out. So the reason we're working on the old trailer, not something a little more fun, is because in about a month from today, we are going to be picking up a new project vehicle. And this trailer is how we're going to get it home. Now, this thing has been in my family for a long time, and it's been awesome. But it's probably 800 miles round trip. So I figured it's probably time to get the wheels off, look at the brakes, pack the bearings. It's got a weird ground issue too, that sometimes when you hit a bump, the lights flicker. So I'd like to have a look at that and just make sure that we're not going to have any issues on the road, especially on the way back when we're loaded. So these tires are pretty new, but I don't remember the last time the bearings have been packed. This one doesn't. It's got a little bit more movement than the front, so we're going to zap these off real quick. Look at the brakes while we're in there, probably. Go. There's grease in it. Whoa, did you hear that? There might be some rocks in there. I'm sure we're overdue for this. This is one of those things that isn't very fun, but is very necessary. Like, I would much rather be working on one of the old hot rods or a motor. But this trailer has brought home a lot of those cars, and it deserves a little bit of love too. I'm hoping I don't find anything ruined in here, and we can just repack and be done. But we'll clean all these up. We'll have a look. I don't even know. This is like maybe the first time this year I've used brake cleaner on brakes. All right, lots of pad. All that looks fine. We're mostly worried about the seal and the drum. We'll get some of the old pieces out and cleaned up here before we'll do an inspection, and then if it looks okay, we'll put new grease in them. Like I said, I don't remember the last time this has been done. I was gonna keep the project car a secret, but I decided against that. I'll tell you. Just won't show you yet. So what we're doing is we are headed up to visit my in-laws in Canada, where I have had a project vehicle sitting in the yard there for quite some time, and it's finally time to bring it home. Now it is a 1950 Chevrolet pickup truck. It's got the straight six in it. Hasn't run in who knows how long. It was gifted to me by my brother-in-law, actually, because he was never going to do anything with it, and I said I would love to do something with it. It's rough. Like I said, hasn't ran in a long time. Was converted to propane at one point. We're going to undo that. I'm not sure if that's good for us or bad. I mean, I'd assume the gas tank doesn't have a bunch of junk in it, but we're bringing that home. We're going to, first things first, we're going to try to get it running, drive it around. I mean, this thing still has split rims on it, so there's a little bit of work involved in that anyway. And then later on, the plan is to do like, I don't think resto mod is the right term, but I do have my 2002 S10 with no motor in it because I blew it up, which is the exact same wheelbase as a 1950 Chevy 3600 pickup. It's a very common frame swap. I think it'd be sick to body swap onto the S10 chassis, LS, single turbo, maybe. There's a motor right over there. I built the motor for it already. So that's the long-term goal. Short-term goal is to get the thing home. I do have to import it, right? Because we're going to Canada. Now, it's obviously older than 25 years. That should make things a little bit easier, but I'm a little bit nervous about that part. But once we get it home, back across the border into the greatest country in the world, we're going to stuff it in the yard and start working on it. Kind of do it on the cheap. Like, just see if we can get it running, drive it around the neighborhood a little bit, and go from there. So I'm really excited for that. But like I said, we got to put it on the trailer because it's not a runner. I want to make sure the trailer doesn't let us down on the way to and from Canada. So I've got the bearings and seals out. Inner races look fine. I do want to replace this seal, and I don't have any. So I'm going to do a quick Google and see if the local O'Reilly's has 4 of these that I can pick up today. The hardest part is reading the number. I should have had this stuff sitting here. I know better than to think I'm not going to ruin this taking it out. I might have to take another one apart to see the back of the seal. Okay. Pulled the other hub off. 442251 is the seal we need. We need 4 of them. They're $6 a piece. Okay, we've returned from O'Reilly's. They did have seals. They had 2 standard duty and 2 premium. I needed 4, so I bought the mismatch set. I don't think it's going to matter. They did not have bearings, which is okay. I don't really think our bearings are bad, and it's actually not true. They did have bearings, but they were like Master Pro brand, and they didn't seem very good. So I'm going to go ahead and run what we got. These are a higher end bearing. They don't feel that bad. I just kind of thought while we're in here, maybe we should, but we're not going to. So this is going to get messy, but basically I got my little bearing packer. I got my grease. We're going with the Lucas Extra Duty. I'm going to scoop some of this in here, and then I'll show you, but this is pretty cool. Instead of doing this by hand, I bought this. Never used one of these before. But grease in the bottom, and you just push this plunger down, and there's holes in this lower white section, and it forces it up through. So we will see how good it works. But I got to get some of this into here, and I'm going to try not to use my hands. I think an old scraper is a good way to go. All right, so you should just be able to go like this and then push it down, and it's going to shove the old grease out and put the new grease in. Oh, that's a noise. It's working. It is hard to push. I swear that's the bearing packer and not. I could see more grease being useful because then you're pushing higher. All right, let's see how it looks. Appears to have worked. See? You see the old gross grease? We might take another pass of that because it looks like it didn't get it all the way out. This thing has a screw top too, which is nice because it lets you, ideally, it lets you pull the plunger out. Oh yeah, breaking the seal here. Okay, we'll take our bearing again, put the pointy end down basically. And this kind of cone centers it. We'll make fart noises again. Drop a bearing in. And I think we'll just pack this one while we're at it. We'll get one of our new seals out. We'll tap that in. I think I've got a wood block that's going to be perfect seal driver. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to flip this one over. Throw a little extra goop in there, and then we'll bring it back out, put it on, put the bearing in, grease cap. You know the deal. This is not new to many of you. Is there such thing as too much? I don't know. I know there's such thing as not enough, so I see a little better. So we're back out in the yard. Take my protective glove off. Get your mind out of the gutter. We're going to put some fresh grease on the stub here, and then sneak this hub back on without getting any grass in it. Give this a quick rebuild too. Of course I got grease. Got grass in it. Okay. Outer bearing. Sneak it in there. There's a little washer. And finally the castle nut. We're going to go ahead and obviously snug this up until it's tight. And then we'll back it off to see where we like it. I got to go grab my pliers. No, I don't. They're right here. I think my cotter pinhole's right there. That's good. A little bit of drag. Fold it up and around. We're going to go ahead and take a little more grease, fill the cap up, and tap her back into place. And we're going to... It's way better than it was before. That one was loose, if you recall. The other thing I want to look at, which maybe you can see, is some of this absolutely professional trailer wiring here. This thing has a bad habit of whenever I tow it, if you hit a bump just right, your lights will go out. And if you hit the same one or a similar one, they'll come back on. So I'm thinking I got a ground somewhere, and I can't imagine why. I'm going to leave the wheels off, maybe jack this side up higher and look at that, and then we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. All right, bearings on this side complete. They feel a lot better than before, and I just feel better knowing that they've been looked at in the last 20 years. Now, like I said, I think we're going to go up a little higher maybe. I can't decide. Can't decide if I want to do that or finish the bearing project. Both need to happen. Well, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and put this side back together for now because I don't want to leave it up on stands. Dog likes to use this as a fort. I'd rather it sit on its own tires than up on stands if he's going to be underneath it. So we'll just zap these on real quick. Decided to jump in and tackle the other side. I really don't like leaving stuff half done. While we're at it, we'll give these a little rebuild. Okay, well now that we got a bit of a rhythm, we're just going to run through these other two and I'll put it back together and hopefully start looking at some wiring. Not hopefully, I mean I hate wiring, but it's something that needs to be looked at. While I'm cleaning up here, you guys have heard me mention my S10, which is affectionately known as white trash, him over there. He is going to play a major part in this 50 Chevy that we're picking up because it's a Canadian truck. And I'm a little bit worried about how gross and nasty the frame is going to be. All the salt they use up there, all the snow they get, and just the general age. So if I get it home and the frame is Swiss cheese, we're going to cut that apart. We're going to put the 50 body onto that S10 frame. We're going to power it with an LS that I have sitting in the garage. I've always wanted a turbo truck, so we might go single turbo. But that's down the road a little ways. If I get it home, and I know the motor spins because I put a wrench on it last time I was there. If we can get it running, put some wheels and tires on it that aren't Widowmakers, I'll drive the thing to work. It's 4-speed. I don't know if it'll do highway speed or not, but it'd be fun to have like a little run around parts getter. We'll leave the patina. It's got a service bed on it too, which I think is really cool. Kind of like a little Tiger Racing, Tiger's Garage support vehicle is the plan. Okay, so now we're back on the other side. We're going to try to jack this thing up as high as we can. We're going to have a look at some of this wiring. Now, let's start with the light that I know blinks. Oh, cool, Scotch lock immediately. I'm sure that's not a problem. This conduit. I wish I could just flip this thing over. So see, this is disgusting. And the conduit that it used to run through, and it's just, we got to try to do something about this in here. Honestly, don't even know where to start. Don't really want to start, but it's broken and rusted through, and there's butt connectors and tape, and I'm surprised that that's working all. Guess we're going in. Okay, so that is in fact zip tied. Why is it like this? What in the world? Where do you start besides over? How hard do I want to try? Wiring is not my strong suit. Well, I need to probably get some wire before I cut anything. Now it's a 7-pin connector. Then there's supposed to be 7 colors. Currently seeing 4. Oh, so here's a white that goes into a black that goes back into a white. I kind of wish I never came under here, to be honest with you. Okay, so listen. It's a new day, and things have escalated substantially. I'm now the proud owner of everything I should need to rewire the trailer completely. I don't know if I'm going to do that right away. I know it needs to be done eventually, but I don't know if I'm going to do that right away. I think my plan is, because the way my schedule's worked out, I don't have a bunch of free weekends between now and when I have to hook onto that thing and pull it to Canada. So I think what I'm going to do, now that I have wire, I've got heat shrink, I've got the stuff I might need, I don't think I have enough time to rewire the entire thing. But I do have enough time and now enough supplies to fix what's wrong. So I think what we're going to do, put the left side wheels back on, torque everything, spin it around and actually hook it to my truck, turn all the lights on, and then start jiggling stuff and seeing if we can't kind of narrow down exactly where the problem is. Now, there's many problems underneath there, but if we can Band-Aid it just for this one trip, then I can rewire it when it's not pissing down rain outside and I have a little bit more time. So I'm going to spin the truck around, hook up, start jiggling wires. I think I'm going to spare you guys the excitement of that. But as always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.